Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. Today's video, how to spot and find motivated sellers. Before I get into the actual video, this is a special offer. If you're watching this video, it's the day before the 4th of July. It's a special offer. The normal one-time fee of my offer right now is at $697. For right now, you can get it at the $397 price, whereas the $397 price normally is $397 half the first deal. Now you can get the one-time fee just until July 6th for $397 instead of $697. You won't owe anything else after that. So this is like a 3-day special. If you're watching this video and you see it a month from now, a week from now, it's going to be old, but hopefully the content will help you along your way. But on with the tip. How to spot and find motivated sellers. That's the name of the game. Some courses, some gurus or whoever, I don't like to consider myself, they're just a guy that's put a lot of information out there about something that he knows about and does for a living, but some say find the buyer and then find what they want. And I was taught, and the way I teach it is find the deal and let the deals create your buyers list. One of the mistakes I made early on was getting caught up with one cash buyer and trying to find everything that he wanted. If he didn't want it, then the house was no good to me. I had to break that chain because I was losing money on deals because I was trying to satisfy him. The thing that you want to accomplish is just find a smoking deal. It's just like finding a briefcase full of cash, and cash buyers will pay you for that briefcase full of cash. Your job is to find the deal and market the deal effectively. You can only sell it to one person. Everyone else that calls you, if it's 19, 20 people that call you, those are the 19, 20 you want to collect their information for future deals. This is how you build a cash buyers list. But this video is about motivated sellers. Tell your story here. This was a audio I had on the site before it was redesigned that doesn't exist anymore. So this is probably new for most of you all that are watching this video. Has a lady called me once. I want to say her name. Well, I'm just going to use her initial. Mrs. B called me. She was living in a retirement home. And she was 81, 82 years old. She called me. She didn't want to give me a price over the phone, but she told me it was going to be worth my while. Normally, I won't go out on those. I like to get a price over the phone because I don't like to waste my time. I don't like to waste theirs. I don't know where you live, but gas is $3.50 minimum a gallon here. So, but anyway, she convinced me to come out and come to where she lived at the nursing home. So I went there to see her, and and I'm a very patient person. And whenever I do something, I'm normally not rushing. I'm always in the mindset that it's going to take longer than it should. So I was going to give her all day if need be. So she basically went through the story of where her house was located. I was very familiar with that part of town. Had done a number of deals at that point over in that area of town. And she basically went through the story of her husband and where she was from and raising her family. And she basically was decided to turn the house over to her granddaughter, which was her daughter's child who was on crack. And so she wanted her granddaughter to have the house. Okay, she started getting word from neighbors that lived in the neighborhood, still lived there where the house was located, that the granddaughter had different people going in and out of the house, and she wasn't keeping up the lawn, just wasn't taking care of the house. And she used to win beautification awards, which here in the city they give those out for her yard and just keeping her property up, especially for that part of town, because that's not always a consistent thing to see. So she explained, she said, Mr. Taylor, she said, number one, I don't need the money, but I'm going to sell this house. And I know I'm about to give away my house to you. And she said, but it's not about that. She said, before I allow my granddaughter to tear down basically what it took me a lifetime to build, I'll give it away. And she said, I'm going to give you a giveaway price. Okay? She did. She gave me a price of $10,000, non-negotiable. I say, that's a good price, Miss Burrell. Well, I actually gave her name now, but that's fine. There's no big deal. But she gave me a price of $10,000, and that house, the ARV on it was $80,000, and the house was virtually needed minimum repairs. It was a huge house, but it virtually needed minimum repairs. Just was, the granddaughter just didn't keep it clean. And so I wholesaled that house in a week. I already had a buyer, he gave me 15, and I learned a valuable lesson on that I should have held out. That's when I was dealing with only one buyer, and I should have advertised that property, because he paid cash for 15 and ended up selling it for 30. He didn't even rehab or anything. He basically wholesaled. He just paid cash for it. But anyway, so that's a quick motivated story. So the motivation of someone, it'll vary from individual to individual. A lot of it's just, in that situation, it was more or less this lady did not want something that it took her a lifetime to pay for and keep up to go to waste to giving it to a relative. And that's a lot of it, is that someone will call you about a house that they have for sale. It was a family house. They said, well, we're not going to sell our house. We grew up in that house. And they started to rent it out or let a family member stay there. And each time you let someone stay there, either they don't pay you or they tear the house up, then someone has to fix that. That costs money. So then there's taxes that have to be paid on it. The first deal I ever did was that exact example, is that two sisters were tired of fixing the house and paying taxes on it after their mother had died for 5 years, which I explained in a previous video. But it's just all types of reasons. Obviously, out-of-town owners are the best, because a lot of times they just can't manage the property from a distance. It's always a good idea. Go through a few management companies. You don't get a good one, you can soon turn against the property, where you as a wholesaler, your main job is motivated sellers look at you as a problem solver. An asset that should be a benefit to them financially, they now view as a problem, and you are the problem solver. So as far as finding motivated sellers, that's how easy it is to spot a motivated seller. Because most time when you spot a motivated seller, it's going to be price based, that you're going to be so used to hearing la land prices close to retail, that when you hear a price, after you do this enough, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb that it's an actual motivated seller on the other end, and you have a deal in place. I actually have two students in Tennessee, a brother and sister team right now, that are working on a deal where a guy, I think his wife left him, and he needs he has a medical condition that he needs to sell his house, and he gave them a motivated seller price, and they're close to putting the deal together. Hopefully I'll be able to report back to you that they've closed that deal, but that's the great thing about it. But and the way they found their deal was through bandit signs. Obviously, I'm a big proponent of that. Some of you all are not comfortable with doing that for whatever reason. All cities have laws on the books, but in most cities, it depends on where you're putting them, you can get away with them or not. So, but if you don't want to do that, direct mail works great. Probably the second thing behind the bandit signs, it just costs a little more. It's probably internet marketing through AdWords on Google or Bing. Those are going to be your most effective way. Bird dogs can be really good. One of the things you need to do with bird dogs, if you're going to pursue that as an avenue of people finding deals for you, you really need to continuously advertise on Craigslist in the job section, looking for salespeople that want to get paid on performance, meaning that if they don't produce an actual transaction, they don't get paid. So it's 100% commission. But those obviously are the ways that you can find deals. There's nothing new under the sun on that. Direct mail, bandit signs, bird dogs, and obviously the internet. Those are going to be your most effective ways to get deals for, well, inexpensive way. Obviously, you can do TV and radio, but that's a whole nother ball game. But hopefully this video helps. Remember, this July 3rd of this video, You can get the $697 option now for the $397 option. Going with anything else, that's only will last till Sunday, July 6th. You can take advantage of that. Just go to junkers101.com. You know, you can call or text me 205-492-3425. Don't mind you calling or text me, but take advantage of the 100 plus videos here on YouTube. The questions that you're asking me, that lets me know, and if you all that are contacting me, one of the first questions I'll normally ask you, depending on what you ask me, how many of my videos have you watched? And the reason I ask that is because you're not taking advantage of what's free to you. If you don't have the resources to sign up for my course or whoever, take advantage of the 100 plus videos all day. You just have to buckle down, take the time to do it. But if that's not fast enough, obviously you can sign up for the coaching and courses, the wholesaling houses, wholesaling apartments at junkers101.com. Hopefully this helps. Have a great 4th, and I'll see you on